Welcome everyone to our channel. Now I'm going to talk about the alien in the world.
Aliens have repeatedly prevented humans from rising nuclear war. Since the 1940s, people have often seen UFO appearing near the site of nuclear bomb development. Many people believe that it is the alien who feel that the Earth's people are coming across meteorite, so come to learn and prevent people from conducting nuclear war. Why are so many UFO found near facilities related to nuclear weapons? Former U.S. Defense and Intelligence official, aviation veterans and authors involved in the Star Academy of Arts and Science are the ones who raised the question. And a research team had been set up to investigate and call on the government to pay more attention to these terror cases. In the past, unidentified flying objects UFO have always been the subject of bewilderment and fascination for those who love exploring the sky. In the last century, several cases of UFO involving the military have been recorded. At the end of the World War II, the term Foo Fighter was used to describe mysterious flying objects appearing on the French-German border. During the Korean War, some soldiers claimed that the strange blue beam caused the entire battalion to become ill, some of which seemed to be similar to radiation. Not only that, but over the past 75 years, senior U.S. military and intelligence officials have also reported UFO sightings near many nuclear energy-related locations, such as that and development site weapons, nuclear technology or atomic bombs for nuclear fleets. All of the nuclear facilities like Los Loso, Livermore, Sandia and Savannah River Road have similar events, and have the same characteristics as no one knows where they came from or what their purpose was. Investigator Zizo Knap said, he spent 30 years studying the relationship between UFO and nuclear weapons. It seems the correlation does exist, said Louis Elizondo, who runs the UFO research group at the U.S. Department of Defense. The program he implemented was called the Advanced Aerospace Risk Identification Program, AATIP, with the 2012 budget from the Pentagon of $22 million. And currently, Elizondo is having the Stars Academy of Arts and Science conduct research. UFO appeared in the early stage of the era of nuclear weapons. Robert Hastings is the UFO researcher and author of the book UFO and Atomic Weapons, Transmitting at Nuclear Sites. Hastings said he interviewed more than 116 veterans who witnessed countless strange things in the sky around the site of nuclear weapon development. In late 1948, green fibers were discovered in the sky near Los Alamos and Sandia nuclear laboratories in New Mexico State, where the first atomic bomb was developed and tested. In an FBI document from 1915, after the recording mentioned the flying saucers over 15 minutes inside a brace at the Los Alamos laboratory. In a Knap interview with more than 10 employees at the Nevada District nuclear test site, they told him that UFO were active very often there and they were even assigned to monitor the activity of this flying object. In the 1960s and the 1970s, UFO sightings were repeated at Armstrong Air Force Base in Montana, where the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile (ICBM) was stored. Specifically, in 1967, when former Air Force Captain Robert Salas said that some of the missile was not working. At the same time, the ground base reported a glowing red flying object, about 9 meters in diameter, hovering in the air. Rendlesham Forest Incident. In late December 1980, the Air Traffic Control Station of the Royal Air Force discovered some alarming phenomena near the area of today Biddeford Park. It was during the Cold War and the U.S. Air Force used Biddeford as the place to store 25 nuclear warheads underground. Looking at the radar screen, we found an object unlike anything I had ever seen before, said Evan Becker, air traffic controller of the U.S. Air Force during the trip that night. Brigadier Sergeant Barker, the second person on the watch, says that with 18 years of experience serving the Air Force, he could know any American, NATO or Soviet aircraft. But this object surprised him and his two associates. On the radar screen, it can travel around an area of 192 km/s, he said. It has to move up to Mars flight 6, 7 or 8, 9,880 km per hour, faster than any other aircraft or even faster than a rocket. The flying object approaches the adversary, slowing down and then stopping, like a helicopter engine. It's about 450 to 600 meters away from the ground. Baker did try this as a Zen basketball ball which let a dazzling beam shine out through the windows. He was shocked, seeing that it moved without obeying any aerodynamic principle he has known before. On nuclear ships in the Atlantic and Pacific, in recent years, UFO sighting has become more frequent for the U.S. Navy. From mid-2014 to early 2015, F-18 pilots on the USS Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier, powered by nuclear power, saw UFO almost daily during the training along the coast, earth between Virginia and Florida. "Where were they a year?" says Grant Graves, an F-18 pilot of the USS Roosevelt aircraft carrier. According to Graves, this strange object appears in three shapes. Some are disshaped, also look like a cube inside a sphere, and are followed by small-sized circular objects, then forming a UFO squadron in the sky. The common point of this object is that the inside or exhaust system cannot be seen. Some can turn their heads like a UFO video released by the U.S. Department of Defense in 2017. Graves and another pilot, Daniel Oakland, also confirmed the video. Graves even said that the UFO collided with two aircraft and caused a terrible accident. His report of the case was failed but not investigated. The government started paying attention. The Pentagon and Congress have begun to see this as a potential threat. In April 2019, the U.S. Navy announced it was updating instructions so pilots and staff could report to their superiors correctly about UFO without timer or opposition. And the majority of the Senate endorsed and paid more attention to the press reports. Josh Knapp, the lead investigator for study, said it has seen many of these cases over the past 3 decades. At the place where the first study then built nuclear weapons, at the place where we handle fuel, at automatic bomb testing facilities, at the base where nuclear weapons are deployed, on submarines or fleets, or have military personnel who have seen phenomena like this, Knapp said. Do aliens appear to prevent humans from trying nuclear weapons? Discussing this topic, those who believe in UFO assertion that it is not coincidental that UFO information arose after the development of nuclear weapons and rocket technology. This is a time when aliens feel that the Earth become a cosmic threat. As Scott Michael, the 6 American astronauts to work directly on the lunar surface, has also affirmed that the senior general of this country have seen the alien spacecraft appear during the Soviet trial in the 1940s. He says the UFO was seen hovering above the world's first nuclear weapons test conducted by the U.S. government on July 16, 1945 in the White Sand District region in New Mexico State. The White Sand District is where U.S. military is due to test nuclear weapons, and that's something aliens creatures are interested in. The 84-year-old former astronaut told the Daily Mail, "They want to find out our military capability. From what I have learned through conversation with sources, it is clear that aliens have tried to prevent us from worsening wars and happen to maintain peace on Earth," Mr. Michael said. Since completing his mission to land on the moon with the Apollo 14 spacecraft in 1971, this former NASA specialist has frequently talked about his belief that there exists extraterrestrial life. Aliens exist and are living with humans. According to CNN, Helen Sharman is the first British astronaut to fly into space. She was present at Soviet Space Station Mir in 1991. Sharman was considered a hero at the time when he bravely applied for candidacy. Following a radio call, Nisa Jonas, no experience, overcoming more than 30,000 candidates. Helen became the first British citizen to fly into space. In 1991, Sharma had 8 days at the space station when she was only 27 years old. Responding to Arthur observed on Sunday, Sharma said, "Alien is it not talk about that? There are billions of stars in the universe and each star has different life forms. Are they like you and me? Or is this made of carbon and nitrogen? Probably not," added Saman. Prestige astronaut refers to the alien may be living with humans on Earth. They are probably right here and we simply don't see them.
I hope you like this and just like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching and see you later in the next video.